all on the
I
same.
think we could.
There's that. I don't know how the fun saver could beat it. One thing about the fun saver is we could like piece together like what possibly happened. It was probably like basically like without hookers and blow and methamphetamines, like very similar to like the Hangover story in Vegas, where it's like, how did the bed get on the roof? Like there was probably things that happened like that, but with just fishing, that like you just piece it together like, huh, I don't remember that. Huh, don't remember that. I remember trot fishing with dynamite sticks. I don't remember that. Weird. I don't know. So that fun saver would be epic, but I think that video, that camcorder, that thing, be pretty teats.
Yeah, it's something.
I don't know where we were going with all this. You know, something we were on some.
I don't know. Well, we can wrap up here shortly. I think the bracket talk is fascinating. I think
we don't know. It's all speculative.
It is, but I think that Sunday, fucking Monster Truck Rally, Sunday is a fucking huge day.
It is big.
Really rivaling last Saturday's lineup, just because we're getting to the end of the line here.
It's the last
conference tournaments, yeah, just all kind of perfect storm of awesome shit. Yes. And I think that what I would like to do, if you are game, I'd like to on Sunday, recap the games, and obviously Purdue has a big one.
It's a good one.
I think that the bracket talk. I think we could go on for hours with the bracket talk. That's apparent tonight if we wanted to just sit here. But I think that it'll have a lot. I think we'd be wasting our time and everyone else's time because there's so many factors that come into play after this weekend's games, really. Tournament, conference championships, all that shit's going down. So I would love to get back in on Sunday if you are game. I know that it's possible we could have some other guests as well, and they could help contextualize some of these stories, fun savers, videotapes, dropping from rafters.
Yes.
So
totes.
That's my vote. But if you want to sit here and shit on other teams, we can do that as well. But
so you want to have some like tournament preview talk and some recap?
I think so.
Or
Sunday
story time? It's like a trifecta?
Yeah.
Yes, from parts unknown.
Yeah, I think that Sunday is going to go hard in the paint, as the kids say. I don't know if the kids say that. I say that all the time.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, that video, I would give a lot to watch that.
It's very possible.
It's somewhere. I think it was. I think it's moved with you several times.
I think I mean, if I need it, maybe I don't know.
I don't even know how we watch it though.
I have VCR. Because it can even find one.
I think I have one in the garage somewhere. But
the problem is we can't have one that doesn't work because we can have this eat this thing. It would be like the worst thing ever.
Oh yeah, if needed, I would. You can probably get a brand new VCR for nothing.
$19. But yeah, so we should do that first of all. Buy a VCR once I find I would be willing to bet because I have a box that has tapes in it. Like I think it's in my storage. And I would be willing to bet, and I don't know how far down, and hopefully it's still like whatever. I felt like I kept it off the side, hoping that.
I'm pretty sure it says Church League on it, and it's on. Like we recorded the. I don't think we record. I don't know if we recorded you dropping from the rafters.
Yeah, I don't think we recorded it. It was the drop heard around the world.
Yeah, we. It was pretty much Busta Rhymes karaoke that went to ODB dog shit karaoke.
Yeah.
And it's just no drinking involved. shockingly.
That was
Too
just
young.
early in the
Those are
morning. That was just high on life.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Miller High Life, just high on life.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then
that was. Yeah, we went up to that, the school right around the corner.
Yeah, Klondike.
Convent, yeah.
Yep. Klondike Elementary School.
Those, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, that was
It's great times.
That was good times. I felt like that's more recorded on the film, but maybe no, that was actually a camcorder. That wasn't it? Shit in here, we couldn't record shit on film. What am I talking about? Something. We had something on a phone. Maybe not. Maybe not. We were maybe too old for that. It was in that like little handheld camcorder. I mean, your parents used to actually come watch us in the church league games, like, I mean, fairly religiously, which that's hella support because I had like a girlfriend watch me some, but I mean, my parents were gonna watch that crap. It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, and then obviously Dan, the great Dan. We should probably name drop last names, but
Let's leave that out.
yeah, we'll leave that part out. But he recorded a lot of that stuff. Well, he's the one that recorded the games, some. But I remember your parents being like very supportive. It was great. Those games were early.
Yeah, some of them were. I only made a handful of them, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm probably less than five, maybe.
It wasn't enough. We could have used you.
Yeah, it was frustrating because the ball didn't move. I had to do my work on the offensive rebounds.
No, I mean, honestly, I feel like if you would have had a little bit different wisdom about how good, like how imperative you were. Like I tried to use you like Zach Edey, and you only did that when you wanted to, which was like 26% of the time, which is odd. Like, so that 26% is amazing. But we would have had, we would have probably won that round ball classic, if you and Tage would have showed up,
We showed up, just not well.
Man, you were knee deep in Red Wing juice or something. I don't know. It was bad.
We were up all night. We were doing ratchet shit all over Lafayette.
You weren't helping us win basketball games, that's for sure. So I'm stuck there with some like really mediocre white short kid.
Yeah, well,
the two people that I counted on to help us win these games. In addition, we actually won a couple games, which is.
Well, I was going to say we only lost to definitely the best team in the entire tournament. We only lost to them by I think like 4.
I know.
And
you guys weren't had got rest. We'd have beat them.
That was Danny, Eric, and I think Abe Honiger, someone else.
Yeah, and then another. Yeah, and then.
And I think we were up for a while, and I was
not happy. We play these people. I play these people in pickup ball, and these are good players. And they played a lot, and they were good.
Yeah,
and we would have beat them.
Yeah, no, yeah, they were going hard.
We play pickup ball against these. Goes these people cannot stop me from playing if I'm motivated. They don't want they're.
Well, to their credit,
those people do not play with chips on their shoulders, and I always did. It's just totally different thing.
Well, I would say this. I've talked to some of those guys about that, and they were like, "No, we played hard against you guys because we had to." Which is nice to hear, but we were giving our best effort. At least I was, because I knew that was the best competition.
Yeah, but you always brought it for that kind of stuff.
What?
You always brought it for that. I mean, you brought it a lot, but it was if you felt like it.
Yeah, I just knew that I was better. I knew that if I was 6'8", I was better than Eric Washington, and that bothered me that I wasn't 6'8". But he's ridiculous.
But you didn't see what I never felt like you saw. you could do things he could not do.
Sure, but being 6'8" would have been phenomenal.
I mean, I just yeah. So me, if I was 6'2", 6'3", I'd be dunking on these people. What's your point? Then I'd be totally unstoppable. I mean, you know, you were. I mean, I don't. You were a lot better. You were very good. Keeping you engaged, honestly, was like half of my job at point guard. Like for real. That's why Adam shoot these shots was like. What you don't understand is that Josh is getting bored. Stop doing that shit. Get me the ball so I can get him the ball so he stays engaged, starts feeling it. Like I'm trying to get those easy baskets, get that little, put a little hosel on that ball, a little spin. They're trying to like front me, like put a little spin, like kick, like like grandma and hot shots, man. I want that hosel. Click, click, like spin that into you. Get that post where you're going towards the basket. If I did that and you had Eric Washington fronted, you scored every single damn time. Every time. If you got the ball in the right position. What happened is that these people would think they're like, Steph Curry before he was even thought of. I mean, people on our team, and especially like on some of the like church league type team. I guess we didn't really roll with them. We're playing down there. We get with some people that play, and it's like, I understand that you think you're like a 45% 3-point shooter, but you shoot 19%. And I also shoot 19%, which is why I don't shoot them. But I know that. But, if you got me out on the wing, or you got me on like leveled up with the backboard on either side, left or right, and you got me that ball, even from three, but like one step in three, I made it constantly. I just confident in making that shot. I mean, all the time. And, to me, I was much like, we're not anywhere near as good, but like much like Braden Smith, I always try to facilitate. I'd rather have a great pass or a great drive and move. I'd always have like fun passes, And, sometimes I'd play people, you guys knew it because you played with me, but we didn't play with new people. I had these passes they weren't ready for. And then be like, not necessarily a turnover like right there, but they wouldn't catch it clean, then wouldn't make the layup because of like, it was frustrating. So I always played better with better people playing because they were like, had the ability to make the play if I didn't play with them all the time. And that was frustrating as hell, but like literally making sure that you stayed engaged. Like this is probably the first time it's ever come out like in our discussions, like ever in person or whatever, but getting you to like not see your value, but like you for your size, you played like someone that was 6'7". You did, and then you had the physicality. You were way stronger than everybody you played basically ever inside ever. So giving what you lost in 4 or 5 inches, whatever height, and a little bit of surreal athleticism. It was if you brought it mentally. I mean, and you think I'm crazy, but I would rather have the motivated version of you than Eric Washington as my center. And I understand he can do some things that you can never do, but you could do some things that would and he could do some demoralizing crap. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good player, very good player. But there was things you could do that would it would be exhausting halfway through the game to guard that shit because of your size and because you also like, I didn't, and I saw him play some competitive stuff, but I never really saw like Eric Washington get like super, super angry. Like I felt like if you got pissed, like people were going to be intimidated, like very intimidated,
Yeah.
That changes everything when you're like, I don't really want to F with this dude. I mean, that's a real thing. And so for that alone, I'm not saying this because you're my friend. I'm saying this from a basketball standpoint, like a motivated version of you that was engaged was like literally would piss me off when people like would play these games and people shoot these trees. I'm like, keep that trash. Like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
This is a bucket. Don't be stupid. Like get this guy the ball. Now, sometimes you get the ball in there and be like kind of like a black hole. It's not like you're getting those easy kickouts. You get a little bit of that. But I mean, but to me, it's like, you have this guy. We're all like pretty good, whatever. Maybe Adam's good out there knocking down threes. But if we literally got the people, and I'm not even kidding around, if we really got like the Rices and Adam, the right like 8 or 10 people that we played consistently with as our like roster with like 2 or 3 subs coming in, like you would never really have that pickup game. But like, if you give me some of those teams, like where I'm telling you, we would have beaten, and we did, but beat some of the best Indiana people. Period. I mean, period. I wasn't tall, but I was hella quick, and I understood basketball. Like, I understood winning, like what it took to win. I always played hard, and when you got some of those people that basketball junkies, like some of the Rices, and some of these people, there's some very good athleticism. We never really got to do it a whole lot together. And obviously, when we played like lunch ball, that was like Squad City. There's times we played high level.
Well, the interesting thing is
Sears, Libel, all that, like high level, like.
Oh yeah, the interesting thing is the interesting thing is the only real competition we had were these other kids, Danny and Eric, and some iteration of random other players.
Yeah.
Those were the tough games, and honestly, we probably had a losing record overall against them. But they were always good games. But both us and them knew this was going to be pretty much the games going forward. You pick up a couple, but like everyone else we were playing were not kids. They were grown fucking men.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Oh yeah.
And I look back at it like, if I was a grown ass man, like in my prime, 25 to 30, and I just knew that I was going to get beat by a group of 15 to 17-year-olds every game, no matter what, why would I keep coming back? But they always did, to their credit. But if you really think about it, most of the people we were playing were grown ass men, very good in their own right. A
lot of these guys were like young college dudes too. It wasn't like they were
always. Yeah.
They weren't like 30, we were.
No, if you go over to Lafayette, it was going to the courts. It was just I feel like a group of 25 to 30-year-old men, grown men, old man bones, grown men strength.
Yeah.
But we beat them constantly.
Yeah.
But if you went back over to West Side, and you played at the Correc or Leibold or anywhere like that, you were playing mostly college kids, and that to me honestly was easy. It just was.
Well, and you're not wrong. You go play against some of these people that were playing on these intramural teams and whatever, and we play them, and it's unless the people from the Purdue basketball team showed up, it's we're gonna beat most of these people, and they're some good ballers.
Yeah.
Honestly, we didn't get to do it a whole lot, but when we would actually play, because it seems like we'd show up, we would coming and going. I don't really, and I could be wrong. I don't really recall having I'm not saying we had a winning record against them, so I guess that would mean you do it. I don't really recall losing that many games to the Washingtons and the two. I don't really remember losing. Maybe you do. Maybe you just remember it more.
It was always a close game.
I
don't know.
I'll put it this way. I guarantee you, we grinded him in those games.
Yeah.
And how many times? And I don't think we lost those games when we had a couple of our supporting casts was good.
Yeah.
I'm saying when it's the three of us and we're battling 2 or 3 of them, and then some other really good players. I don't think the drop off was the 3 of us. I think it was if we didn't get 2 people that could hang or guard, get in front of Washington was going to do. I mean, I felt like you held him in check. He'd get some monster athletic rebounds here and there, and some nice quick putbacks, and could have some drives to the basket and threw some dunks on there. I don't think not on you.
I never got dunked on.
Yeah, but I'm saying you get it in transition or some shit like that. But what I'm saying is, and they played a lot together, and they would do that. But I literally, I was not stopped. Because the thing about it is, Eric Washington, clearly way taller than me, crazy long, very athletic. I could get him up he wanted to block your shot.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's I could get him up in the air, pump fake something and then back around the back, you play into those people's hands, as far as what they want to do. And I mean, Shukrab never stopped me from scoring. Ever. Now, I might slow him down. So I'm usually a good scorer, but I don't think he ever went bananas on me. He would actually just try and take me out and shoot threes because he's a really good shooter. So if you don't close out on him on shooting a 3-pointer and he could drive on the basket on you too, then yeah, he can, but unless he's just shooting it out of his gourd that day, which he had days like that.
He did. I've watched him go unconscious several times.
Yeah, he's a very good shooter, but I think. But the crazy thing is because I tried so hard, that got kind of annoying. It gets annoying to you when you're I can't explain it. Just the way I'd get up and defend people because you're playing pickup and I'm playing it's last time I ever learned to play basketball all the time, which in a way is maybe good, might be but I'm also usually doing it relatively under control. But if he sat there and I let him have that space and he shoot three, yeah, he could definitely make some three. And that was a tough cover that way. But I giving up some size and whatever. I don't really know that he ever just hit straight up and just stop me from scoring or passing or doing whatever. But also when you have Eric Washington under the basket and then two other people that are really good and you can pass the ball, you don't have to. And so, I always felt if we had the three of us, if we played together, just maybe you and I remember all three, we were always usually together. But if we had, if they put someone else that's really, really good out there with them, and then, another two people, they're pretty damn good, clearly. But I felt if we had two people that were as good as the people they had or even equal, I never really. I always looked at hey, we're going to play really, really well. But that brought out the best in what I wanted to do as well. So that never really bothered me. I actually had a much harder time with the people when we needed to play church league that played forever together and they just had this crazy high basketball IQ and just had the size and the they just had they're might be not, they were skilled people at 6'3" that were bigger because they were older, and they understand basketball. So, if you get them in that rhythm shot or they could be setting picks, fruity picks, but, those games were harder because we, when we were playing church ball, those games were harder to me because, they would, someone beat us freaking embarrassing, 20, 30, a lot of points. And we had guys that were way more athletic, but it wasn't we weren't good enough. The team wasn't good enough. We're just if you let me pick the people I wanted to pick.
I don't even remember who else was on those teams.
Oh man, those
must have been
those first assembly teams, man. They had 2 or 3 units of different teams, and they'd go and then you get people that would be kind of guerrillas, ringers that they didn't ever even seen the inside of a church, ever, not once, and then they're on this team. And I'm huh, it was like the mass marauders, when Bugs Bunny is playing the baseball game and it's swing home run, these big burly huge dudes. Have people come out, it's my last name is Ron Kemp. Who that you've never been to a church, dude, stop that crap, So it's just you get people, and it's like, bro, you don't go to that church, which whatever. Like, it's fine. The Catholic churches, they recruit even, church league players, but it's just one of those things where when we play them sometimes, and obviously when we were playing pickup games, we had just better talented people. But the sad thing is that we play some of these people, and we had to go like actually play some ball at church, and we could just never get like a roster that was like competitive because like we were so young that they couldn't really trust us, right? But like we in large spurts we were really good, but we would do enough things that were probably head scratching that you'd be like, yeah, I don't know, like, well, this place guy sucks because like at least he'll pass me the ball or something, something weird like that. We had to let some of the people that were misfortunate, get them out there and let them play, like, get their little, stamp of their participation ribbon type, effort. And it's just like, I know we're playing church league. This is not winning. It's not winning ball. We can't have. He has to play a couple minutes here, but like, let's, But we weren't coaches, but we understood. It's like, I feel like you're asking to lose by 20 by having this guy play for any more than 5 minutes, But anyways, the glory days. But playing those Sears double rim, but obviously Libel and all that. Like those were just. We played some times, like you played some really, really good people, like really good people. And I don't know, I don't know what it was. I don't know. It probably depended on, I don't know what the factors were, but I'm telling you the motivated version of you which is like really always came out when we played like on lower rims, like just because like, then you were just Shaq Fu. You just do whatever the hell you wanted. And more, not just like Shaq, but like it just like you were just couldn't be guarded at all. But it was like when you got like motivated on that level where you just knew you'd be so dominating, and that really motivated you. You were like unstoppable, and you did that on big hoops too. But it was honestly there was just so many stretches going down. Like I even knew like if I pass this ball here to Adam, I'm never gonna see this bitch again. Never. You won't see it. I was like, I mean, like we had videos like Pat, like in. You do all this work, and that's probably why you hang your head. Like I did all this work to get position. I've got this guy killed. I mean, like screaming, like like not really screaming, but like you wanted the ball because basically you always have position, but like in the 10% of the time maybe you didn't. But basically, if you're it's like no, I'll just chuck this three, and you might make it too. But I'm like. That's just not winning basketball, dude. Like, I mean, we can try something. Maybe you pass it into him, and he passes it out, and you get a rhythm three, and it's like, oh, cool, I can pass the ball, and I could get it back. Like that. I don't know how much of that really got established. Like he would do that. It's not that, but it's. But the problem is like if you got a couple of people like that had that same like-mindedness, is like, oh. It's like, man, kill me. I was just so hard being. So then I got to a point where I was like, if I don't get this ball the next 2 or 3 times down the court as this point guard, I will not be passing it. Like, I'll just take it and we'll live with what happens. Because go down like brick a three, run out like layup, transition layup. I'm like, yeah, that's not stopping. So. Quit shooting that shit. Let's get this ball to this ass underneath the fucking basket and get a basket. It makes them tired of guarding this fuck. Like, come on, man. Like that gets exhausting. You gotta do better, So I don't know.
I appreciate you saying that.
Now you were you just didn't care. That was really unfortunate. I mean, you did, but you like just not consistently. But I guarantee you. I mean, I watched you guys both play, and I would say we played against them a lot, but like even on the same team. And honestly, when we ever got to like be on the same team as them,
that's what I told him. I was like, I don't know why we never just started running together, just showing
we did here and there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it was a laugher.
Well, yeah, I mean, against grown ass men and good players, like it was 8-0 skunk, game over. Then everybody leaves, and you're almost forced to break up the team.
Oh,
I mean, and these are places like back in the day where it's like if you didn't win, it was an hour wait.
oh yeah.
So like for that to clear out, like you're doing something.
No, like when we would play on the same team, you just had this air of confidence. It's like, well, I can almost like take this one off.
Well, no,
I don't
yeah.
think that, and then we never really did. But like, because then it kind of kicked in. Like, man, how bad can we be? Like, let's stop them from scoring. You got like let's just win 12-0. I mean, like let's 11. Let's just win that way. And
Yeah,
I don't know. It was wild.
it's a lot of fun.
Huh?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's lost. Kids don't do that anymore.
No.
At all.
I would kill to go back and have like just 1 year of that in that prime action.
Shit, 1 hour.
Fun. 1 hour, yeah, it's like 5 games. It'd be fun.
1 hour a week.
That's what I would do with DeLorean. You can keep that disc handbook. I already have that. I don't need that shit. I don't need the almanac. Sports.
Nice.
I have that. I have the new one, new and improved. 2024.
Well, I think that's what we do. I think we try to get back at it on Sunday and get a nice in-depth show, maybe some story time, maybe some predictions, some.
What type of characters?
Oh, you mean as far as guests?
Yeah.
Well,
I have an idea that but what are you going to say, or is it going to be a surprise?
No. Who were you thinking?
I mean, I think I know the two you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. I was just. Adam said that he would come on.
No, just Adam.
That's all I was saying. Who were you thinking?
Not book him.
Oh, that's.
Is that too
That
much?
needs to be a non-basketball
Sure.
just episode.
So like in April, like a May filler? Is that what that is?
I'll do it on fucking Sunday after. I'll do record 2. I'm not adverse to doing it. Like, there's more to me than basketball.
There's so many stories. Like, just, Lord, there's a lot there. There's a lot of things.
I mean, I think you can just go chronologically if you wanted to start. If you wanted, we could figure it out chronologically. And that probably would be the best thing to do, is to figure out chronologically what stories to share.
Yeah.
And that way we can understand what we leave out. My earliest memory with you fuck faces is not memory, like I remember shit before this, but like the first adventure where I was like, this is bad, was the youth group trip that I crashed to Chicago.
Yeah. Was that the first experience?
Well, like we spent the night there. And we were hanging out before that, but I was just like, yeah, I'll come hang out, because I think I skipped some voluntary football workouts to go do that. And I don't know, I never would have done. I mean, to this day, I don't know why I did that. Like, I don't know. I've never missed anything voluntary, much less,
Have you gained more from our friendships or that voluntary football?
I don't know if they were passing out. I don't think that they were passing out testosterone that day. So I think it was probably okay.
Yeah, that's good.
I wouldn't have taken it anyway.
That's good.
They may have. I don't know. But no, that was the first one, and that was ridiculous. Just
Hangar Press is a story unto its own.
oh yeah, and that's how it started. Like, well, no, that was on the way back.
Yeah, I don't remember how it started.
Oh,
I mean, Parker Lewis. I mean, I remember that. You know, I just remember the end of that.
Yeah, you just let these kids go to Chicago with all
obviously these... you were friends with like Adam because you guys were in classes together.
Yeah, we had classes together.
And then like, you know, I kind of roped us in. You know, I mean, honestly, my story of how Adam became friends before that was pretty epic. Really.
Well,
there are prominent Purdue figures, prominent ones that would frown on that story with name dropping, which I don't know that we would do.
Yeah, no,
but that's really where, because I used to like literally like, I mean, like he would probably tell you, I mean, maybe you would, but like Adam was like, you know, he moved from West Coast and moved all around, and you know, because it was, you know, dad's job, and like, so he, you know, we'd play hoops, and you know, this is before he had his like big growth, but we even still had, you know, but we'd go and play hoops. You know, I was just like a basketball junkie. I just didn't do homework. I just played basketball, played sports. So I would like practice all the time. I'd go on these low rims down the road, like the Robinson house, you know, like, and play like at other people's house that had like adjustable baskets, you know, and I was usually a couple years older, but you know, than most of the people, but some had older brothers, and I'd play with like both. So it was like young and old. And I'd be damn Glenn Robinson on these things, like these 9, 8.5, 9. Like, just you get me a mini, like we played mini ball, and I would just you probably watch me play some of that stuff too. You give me a mini ball, just like you give me on a low, like a 9-foot rim, 10, 9, 8.5. It's like from however I'm just automatic. Just it's I was just literally unstoppable. And then of course you palm it and whatever else and do whatever I want. And so, you know, I would just play hard like constantly. I mean, hell, I used to like have like a basketball game on in the living room, and my mom was in like in the bedroom sleeping, whatever. We had those like curtain rods, and I would pretend like I was like literally like Purdue or North Carolina or somebody like that, and like play with it. I'd roll with like one of those tube socks. They were thick as hell, like you like one of those, and you basically had like a mini basketball. And so they do that, and I would basically play basketball in my living room, you know, bank it off the window, you know, with the curtain rod as like the front part of the rim, basically. Like I would like time's winding up, like, you know, like everybody like Cinderella story, you know, all that kind of shit. So like I would do that in like my house.
You did different stuff with your tube socks.
I did.
I was also like, time's winding down. Bend over, Cinderella.
You did.
And my tube socks were used different.
Your tube socks could walk out of a room on their own.
Yeah, stiff socks. They're the most supportive socks you will ever put on.
Sponge bath. So
the dirty old bitch made me do it.
Oh, there should be more references to that on here. There will be soon. So, sponge bath. So, anyways, so, you know, that's like it's late at night, whatever, because obviously not playing, like, that's I'm playing basketball, but I'd play like way after dark, or people like have to like basically like, hey, you gotta go to our house. Oh, shit. So, I'd be out there playing, shooting, practicing all the time, dribbling, you know. And a lot of times, practicing with the mini balls, like you dribble a mini ball, dribble a real basketball is like, you know, it's much easier, you get much more surface space. So you go, and so as far as like the form and everything else, like I just wish, honestly, I would have been blessed with bigger hands, like as far as not these fat sausage fingers. I think they're decent sized hands, but like, you know, that's not bad. But either way, so like, but when you give me like a mini ball, like, and it's just like I had damn like Rick Mount form, you know, But like and it's not bad with like a big ball, but like you just you're practicing and you play it. I spent all these times playing like in these low hoops, like constantly playing, and just so playing Adam. I mean, he played basketball, like liked basketball. I mean, he might have even loved it. And he was like at the time obviously shorter at that point. We'd go and play, and I'm like, just to like, he probably got sick of it because we played like 1-on-1, and I'm like, you can't. I wouldn't even really try all that hard. But like when he would get competitive and try and like he hit a shot or get some confidence up, like we can't have this, and just turn it on a whole nother level, and it's just blowout city. Like we played. I don't even know when the first time it was till we actually, even after it was a growth spurt, like we're getting like 7 inches, taller over a summer. We're like now, so he was shorter than me and then went like way taller than me. And I'd still just kill him in basketball because I could go post him up I would make him just shoot a bad shot or D him up, and then I would just crash the board. He gets a rebound. So it's like, even if you're hitting these threes or doing some of these things you're trying to do, I'd make you shoot that, get that rebound, and then go up around you, drive the basket just nonstop. And so he really respected me like from like a basketball standpoint. That's really kind of how that opened up. But but that all started at like a damn rat trap, more or less. I don't even know where it began before that. He would be able to tell you some of that.
We need to figure that out.
But I also I did not take it easy on him at all. I mean, I treated him like a little brother that like there's nobody who can beat me type of situation. It was kind of gross. Like in hindsight, it was probably a little mean because I would play with my food a little bit to a point where I'll let you maybe do a little bit of something, but when it was like winning time, like, oh man, it's 5-4. I'm, cool. That's 12-4. I mean, I was a killer. I mean, I did not to lose, but I mean, I played constantly. He was probably a good student, so he had that. I did not care about that stuff. I cared about playing basketball. So, that's who really wins in life. He's doing very well for himself. So, either way, but yeah, that's a story on its own. How we really became friends after like a football game, West Side football game, and that's a quality story. But I don't remember much. He can tell you how I just. Whenever my first impression I put on his household, pretty good story there. He could go recant all of that. I can tell you too, but it might be funnier from his point of view. So we can go to do a few stories that way. But I mean, I feel like so we just did not go anywhere like before, like together before that Chicago.
No, I mean before that.
Surely we had to play ball. I mean,
no. I mean, that was. I mean, before that. I was hanging out with Eric Rice quite a bit. So I would see you over there.
How we kind of like.
Yeah, no, for sure. It for sure was, and then like I was just hanging out with Eric all the time. But Eric and I would take off, and just go do shit.
Yeah,
and you would always be at the house with Tony. And then we would all kind of converge there, and eventually I just
at Mortal Kombat. Honestly,
me,
he was probably beating my ass.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Rice were epic at that shit. I mean, I would hold my own here and there.
Yeah,
that's when you had to buy the book. That was for like like Super Nintendo, like to learn the moves.
Yeah,
no, I know them. You had no chance. You had to know the like all of them were here, and you could beat it.
There was a summer where Eric and I were like hanging out all day, every day. We would just get on the bus and go
to the mall, whatever.
Well, we go not much. Like we would just go play. We would go play basketball in town, like just stop to stop, play basketball. And we
were driving pretty early though. I guess it's pre that.
I wasn't.
Oh, well, he was.
I mean, we were on the bus that whole summer.
Wow.
And then. Like then that next school year started, and then football started, and I stopped hanging out with him really because I was busy every single day.
He could ball.
Yeah. and then we after the season, I think I was hurt that like I was hurt because I was, and that's when I think I like Adam's house, like his house, like he was in the house right across the street from the school.
Oh yeah, it's like right
there. We had a class together.
Yeah,
and
he had moved out of there like really recently. He's up on the top of the hill, like by the police station.
Yeah. So we hang out there. Then Andrew's house on the other side of the school, and then like you just always seem to be wherever I went, regardless of who I was hanging out with. You just happened to be there.
Yeah.
And so, but I think
I hung out a lot. We were like friends going way back, like all of us, together. But like, yeah. When
I think the first
that Ravinia area, that was awesome.
The first time all three of us like hung out in my memory was.
You mean Big Dog or Eric?
Me, you, and Adam.
Oh yeah.
We went to that youth group retreat in Chicago. It was so random. Because I think the whole thing was like Adam planned on going, like he was going, and I was like, well, fuck, I don't have anything to do. He's like, just come with us. And I remember I had to get permission to go, and my mom thought I was lying. So I was like, no, I'm going to go on this trip. And then as soon as they let us on the bus, I mean, not bus, but they were like white econo vans. It was just, they should have never gave us
back seats.
They should have never gave us seats. It was reckless. I mean, it was like an episode of Beavis and Butthead. As soon as they stopped the vehicle, we got out and we just left, like Chicago, like no cell phones, just fucking see you later.
They said like we're gonna eat here and then be here at this time later.
Navy Pier, I don't know. I mean, they were at Navy Pier all day. Like, okay, we walked our ass down to Harry Carey's, like very far, like, and then past Nike Town, past like that shit was very far south,
way far.
Yeah, like almost uncomfortably south.
Literally from Chicago, the walk from there to like Nike Town.
Yeah,
and Edinburgh is far.
Yeah.
Here, like
he's like, yeah, Edinburgh was not good enough, so we're like, let's go to Hooters because that's what you do on a church trip.
Yeah, it was good enough. I mean,
he's just, and then like I'll never forget how like hours this. Like two vanfuls of teenagers and chaperones were just waiting for us. I had no idea where we were.
Oh yeah, we
were. They were as mad as Christians can be.
We were a little late back.
Yeah, they had to pray about it, I'm sure. Hard.
It was,
and that was just the beginning, because then we got out of hand once. Look at that church we spent the night at. It was kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. No, it was kind of out of pocket. It was kind of weird.
Well, it's funny. Yeah, we stayed at that church.
We stayed at that dirty ass church, and we left. We left trying to find somewhere like no bullshit. Like we left trying to go to find shit to do in the middle of the night. Like, and like that was by, I think, North Park University or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, like over in that area. Which is like a suburb. I started
talking to them about like baseball stuff. Like they were like literally talking to me about like baseball scholarship stuff when I had told them some things, and it was weird. Like, and I barely played. And I played, but it was crazy. I was like, well, they were trying to like break it down for me. I'm like,
they offered me. They said I could play football, basketball, and track there. It's like a three-sport athlete, huh?
Like, they literally offered me like a baseball scholarship. They did sight unseen.
I don't know if we signed in or anything, or how they got.
I don't know information. Found out from some stuff, because it's not like I brought it up. I remember. I don't know. Maybe the church was like, "Well, this guy plays like church league softball." I mean, I swear to God, it was like wild. It was very obscure because, like, bro, like, I'm a D student. I'm a C student. I wasn't a D. I'm an A test taker, but I'm like, I don't know. This is, you're gonna have to. I can play some ball, but like, But I remember like literally talking about like basketball and baseball because they asked about like somehow, and I'm like, well, and they literally were talking to me like offering me like what it was like a partial scout because they couldn't do like whatever at least what they had said.
Yeah,
They didn't know anything about me other than like Pastor Tim said this. Okay, I mean, I swear to God, it was wild. And so that's why I think I really started getting disappointed. Like when I got in trouble with like baseball, my mom kicked me. I was like, man, I've already got talked to by North Park Universe. I didn't say that. I'm just like, in my mind.
God,
These Jesus gurus, which I was a spiritual person, but I was like, that's a miracle. Sight unseen, getting 2 athletic scholarships for, to make 1 scholarship. It was wild. It was funny.
that's crazy.
And it's like D3 or whatever it was, but it was just fast.
I don't know what they were, but I just know I got a letter and then I returned the call.
I think I got a letter too as well, and something. But I remember like talking about like baseball and football, or baseball and basketball. And baseball was like the thing they were talking about was like legit, like you got like a letter, like, and even maybe hoops, I don't know, but it was the baseball for sure. I mean, it was like wild. I'm like, you're not even, I don't know, it was funny. I mean, I was like, on what? Frank, but sure.
No, I knew I was like, no. I equated everything dirty with that weekend, that dirty ass homeless man. I was like, I didn't separate downtown from whatever suburb North Park is in. I was like, no, I can't do that. How am I going to get to the league? How am I going to get to the league going there? Click.
It's awesome. That was epic.
Yeah. Going back was unreal.
Yeah, we were like literally, I think, in like an hour late.
Huh?
I think we were like an hour late.
Oh, way more. It was like 3 hours late.
I don't know if it was that much later. It was later. I don't know. Adam,
You understand? We left them like we left them.
Well, they gave us like a half a day there by ourselves.
I understand that but they were waiting in gift shops. Like,
oh, maybe they were stalling. I don't know.
They were like, it took like, how far? Like Harry Carey's.
Well, yeah. And I knew like we were like mid walk and like,
and I mean, it's like we had GPS. We had no fucking idea where, like, we went one road over. We're lost.
We get to an angle where you can see the Navy Pier.
Yeah.
Get to that area.
We were asking homeless people where to go. Like, we were lost.
And the crazy thing is the Navy Pier is huge.
Oh yeah.
And
you really just, if
you're down all these buildings, like if you're not on the right like road, you almost don't see it when you're there.
I mean, there's no guarantee that once we got there, they were still going to be there.
I don't remember we knew if we'd be there waiting on us though.
Oh yeah, no, I remember being like, oh shit, what do we do?
And like,
no cell phones. Like, people like,
who are you going to call? What's going to be Ghostbusters? Like, where the hell are we going to get home?
I don't even know if we had money. Like, if we had money, it was like, if we would have pulled it together, it would have been like $20 after we all ate lunch.
Yes, for sure.
Oh, we were fine. We were
bad.
Adam was giving up his asshole to get us home. Is what was going to happen.
Hey, so we have a proposition for you. This homeless guy cannot get an erection unless he smells shit. So we have mentioned your anus as an offering. What do you say? What do you say?
You keep talking about these free Cheetos and water. What if I told you that we sprinkled Cheeto dust all over his asshole, and all we need to know is how to get to the Navy Pier?
That's it.
It's right there.
It's cool.
Are you sure it's that way?
You promise.
Oh, that city was. And the thing about it is that
Think about that
time,
right now.
that city is was so much nicer then than it is now.
Oh, yeah, we dead.
Oh God.
There's no chance.
And it was dirty. It was dirty then, but it's exponentially.
I mean,
safer.
I love Chicago, but it's not really like
That's not where you want to be with. That's not where you want to be as a adolescent with no cell phone and no money.
Nope.
Just
a
three
white
little.
man might come to pick you up, but it won't have church folks in it. It might have Medellin cartel. It won't have church folks.
We went to Hooters. That's all we did. As if we didn't have a Hooters in Lafayette.
Yeah.
That was our goal. That's crazy.
Yeah. I won't forget like going to like Nike Town and like seeing all the handprints.
Yeah.
Of like, Dr. J. Jordan, you like put your hand in there and it's like two of your hands. Like two of your hands was like Dr. J. Like two of them. End over end.
Yeah.
Like, that's Dr. J. And basketball is this big. His hand, it was, I mean, not trying to like take it a step further, but I mean, if his hand is that big, he doesn't have a steady girlfriend. Boy, no way. That's sink there punching. And that's very nice. It's like a baby's arm holding a coffee mug. That's not good for the regime.
What?
Some of this got to be edited. Probably. Here and there. It's a good one. Hurry. I do that. I showed Jen that. She's her rolls. So like now, like when we have somebody, I just like break out that voice occasionally. I was like, the next time I was like, you think that voice is funny? Let me tell you this. Let me do this like Adam Sandler skit for you. Barry Lincoln. I nailed that one.
Barry Lincoln is a distant second.
Barry Lincoln.
He's a distant second to cool guy. Sean.
Zippity dippity. Oh no, you won't. Oh yeah. What? The background. Hey.
But if I could just recommend one thing on the menu, it would be my pud.
Your what?
My tallywhacker. My flipstick.
Why don't you put those luscious lips on?
And so it's ridiculous. So that we weren't listening to that one. That wasn't out yet, but we were listening to one of his older albums, and then it was just absolutely senseless.
Oh, that's are you all gonna laugh at me?
I think so.
The piece of shit
car, the
goat.
Yeah, all that on that. Like, I don't even understand how we were listening to.
There's a beating of all the things. Like I was telling her, like of the high school janitor, the Spanish teacher.
Yeah, no. So we were sitting, all three of us in this van.
Bench, yeah.
In the van of this at this youth group, like this is what we're listening to, and Chicago's not that far from Lafayette. It's actually a very
2 hours
good trip, but like
2.5.
The attention span of us, like we're listening to this shit, on the way back, and
like
we get restless,
like Discman, probably. I'm sure.
Yeah, it was just we were just passing around the headphones,
just losing our minds.
Just fucking losing it, and then like we can't handle it, like we have to be ridiculous, so we take some fucking paper plates and write hammer press on it and put it on the window for the other van, not other cars, but the other van full of girls and the other chaperones obviously driving.
We were segregated, not wisely, maybe wisely.
And they made the mistake of, I mean, they chose one.
Yeah. They got more than they bargained for.
They got the ham first, and then
what's that really awesome Indian chick? Oh yeah, Sacagawea.
Hanger press.
Your name was Joea because they saw Sack.
It was hanger press, and they got both. It was BOGO.
Yeah.
I was not invited back to anything.
What?
I was not invited back to anything.
Oh,
I
don't think you were uninvited.
No. I don't think they were thrilled.
I mean,
it wasn't all me. It just
the thing of like there were no cell phones, mind you.
None.
If there were now, you would have been excommunicated.
Oh no, yeah.
Everyone would have seen all of that.
Just
all the junk.
So
now it's like mentally in there, but like you can't get control for mental energy.
So from there, it just seemed to like I don't know if we were consciously trying to eclipse our previous endeavor, but it just got more outrageous to the point where we're shitting in sinks.
I mean, literally, when we all went up to go to like Chicago just to stay in a hotel with like whatever shekels we had in our pockets, like
that was insane.
Hotel, like just finding a hotel that would like
would allow us to stay there.
Only to
fucking defile their room and throw a fucking full beer can.
Lots of beers. You understand? We were at Six Flags with like Twicket to do. Like,
I'm sorry about that. I had to get back.
No, I understand.
No, you don't. You guys are so upset.
Everyone's the happiest.
You guys took it out on the bathroom door.
He wasn't.
The plywood bathroom door had a hole in it.
That was not me. It was my deposit. I was worried about that. My car was such shit. Like I don't know how that car made it. Like it was just like toxic fumes, toxic Crusader. Like that, my car getting us there and back is like almost the equivalent of the pyramids being like you get my car. The fact it made it to
Kings Island, it made it to
that was like I think it only made one of those. The Chicago one that was like a beater. Like the Kings Island ones in Louisville, the Kentucky Kingdom ones like that. Like I think that tiny
every amusement park in the Midwest, that car.
Yeah, but like the Chicago one, he got ripped and really pissed or something, and he threw that beer can through the drywall. I'm like,
it wasn't the drywall. It was the. I was asleep for whatever reason. I was asleep on the floor. There was no reason to be. There was only us three. There were two beds, and I was asleep I fell asleep watching the Bears and the Cardinals play a preseason NFL game. It was preseason, like the first preseason game, and I fell asleep watching that, and I woke up to the sound of the most god awful. It sounded like a gunshot, and I looked up, and it looked like someone took a fucking slug and shot it through the bathroom door. I was like, what the fuck? You guys have guns? No. He threw a full beer.
A whole one. Like Nolan Ryan.
Full. Unopened. Just fucking smell back. Button hooked it.
I was like so mad because I had this deposit and like we have no money. The hotel room was like not that crazy, but the deposit was like
but think about it, like
there's no way, none, I get this thing back. None.
I mean, you had to beg that guy to let us stay there. He was like, because Carlos was 21 and you had just turned 18.
Yeah, I had to beg him.
Like, and you were like, you told him it was just you.
We can't.
Like Adam and I were in the car. Like you were like breaking it. Like I don't think that I'd ever seen you that serious to that point in life. You're like, listen, I had to beg this guy. Like he has all my information, my address,
because
it's not Richard McMichaels. Like I had to give him my driver's license.
Real shit, yeah.
And you were like, do not like, and I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I don't know.
Was ever that serious either. Like, I was like, you're like, who's this guy?
And Adam must have been like, I'm doing that shit.
Like, that one's accepted.
In her voice.
Yeah.
A breaking shit.
Yeah, it wasn't until a few years later with the cart rack at Hampton Inn downtown Indianapolis that we got. Like, you had the deposit in your name. I'm like, now let's revisit how we respect rooms.
That downtown Indianapolis
Hampton Inn Fest.
I got to get off here, but listen, that.
I don't know how you're gonna chop this. That was a tragic experience.
Defiled. There was, let's see, me, you, Adam, and Shin.
The ironing board.
No, I'll get to it. Hold on.
God.
Me. How many were in there? It was 5 or 6 of us. 5 or 6.
One of them.
Me, you, Adam, Dan, Minshin. It was.
Justin was at one of them.
Justin wasn't there for that. He might.
No,
he wasn't there.
One of any.
Because this was just the stop because we were stopping through to go to Kentucky to your cousin's house, and then we were going to
definitely at one. Okay, go ahead. So
it was messy, man. Like we were in a hurry. We were in a hurry to leave town.
Yeah,
and
why? Because I had borrowed the car.
No, that was a different. So you confused you confused this trip with the Cincinnati trip, and I could never confuse the Cincinnati
trip.
This
going down to my cousin for his birthday trip?
Okay. Well, so it was that, and I think it was my de facto bachelor party, kinda.
Fair enough. And ended up in Cincinnati. Am I wrong?
Well, yeah, we did.
Oh, we did that on the
So the route was we went. The route was we went Indy to Kentucky, and then ended up at Kings Island, and then back. That was the route.
Okay.
It's trashy.
Yeah.
Honestly, a poor effort on the bachelor party.
Sorry.
You guys owe me one. We should probably do something. No, I can't lie. If I could do it all over again, I'd ask for the same thing.
No, you're welcome. Nice.
But the Hampton Inn, there was no problem checking in. It was a problem because it was busy. I know that. So we found we
really planned it. Like we're just like, hey, can we get a room?
Oh no, yeah. I don't even know why we stopped. We never at any point thought we were going to stop in Indianapolis. We just like
I think we got a really late start out of town.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
Ivan and I worked. I don't know. Something happened where like we did not.
It was dark.
3 hours behind schedule.
Yeah, it was dark by the time we were in Indianapolis, and I think the original plan was to make it all the way down to your cousin's house. And I'm like, this isn't fucking happening. Let's just stay in Indianapolis.
That's like 4 hours from there. That's way further. Yeah.
So we were like, yeah, we can stay in Indianapolis. We can go to Buffalo Wild Wings, which we ended up doing the trivia, and then we went to I think Havana State Cafe. That I still have the Buffalito sign.
That's so exciting.
Which is unbelievable.
Awesome. Have a nice day, cafe. That was actually fun. I don't know if you guys were either.
We got kicked out of there.
Yeah, I do remember that. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, we were fucking hammered beyond belief. But the real and so then my buddy John and Drew met us there because and then it got turned up before we went out, before we even went to Buffalo Wild Wings. It got turned up. We were riding the luggage carts, just getting fucking like jackass style, like holding the beers, and they wouldn't fall, just terrible crashes into the elevator doors. Just we were seconds away from trying to go down the emergency exit stairs. Like it was just a bad look. So thankfully we got out of the hotel, which we had no problem getting into, but they will never be able to any of us. I'm certain our pictures are up at any Hampton Inn hotel. No, it was Embassy Suites. It's not Hampton Inn. It's Embassy Suites. So we go out. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings, do the trivia, which you were phenomenal at. Liechtenstein. He pulled that out of nowhere. We won a prize.
We won like a gift card. I think
No, we could have we didn't win first place with total points. We got second place. So our prize was on a wall. You could they let us take whatever we want, any one thing. And I was like, how hammered are we? Like there was like signed jerseys. It's like, no,
wow.
I want the Buffalito.
Awesome. I forgot that.
Oh no, that was very real.
Take this the Buffalito side. Where is that?
Oh, it's in my pantry, hung up.
It's so exciting.
With the team name written on the back, which I won't repeat. Well, I don't care.
Fair enough.
It doesn't matter.
I'll read it when I get there. You have to show me too.
You don't remember our team name? Or the team name our team name at the trivia night? We walked in like halfway through and they let us in miraculously only because we told them, hey, it's my back, like it's our friend's bachelor party. Can we get in? Like entry was over. And we still got second place, and we would have answered half of the questions.
Yeah, we would have won if we'd been there at the beginning.
Oh, it would have been a massive blowout. We still got second place.
We only way worse.
Like we got there at sports trivia, and then geography, and then like the pop. Like it was just
things were looking up at that point.
Huh?
Things were looking up at that point.
Oh yeah. And. So every time we answered like the DJ, the MC of the event, like we didn't even have a team name. He's just like, yeah, the group of guys that just walked in and like, I need a team name. Otherwise we're going to disqualify. So I was like, I just write just the most random shit that came to my mind. I was like, my fiance's period looks like raw meat. That's just what came to mind.
I remember that. And that's what's on the back of it.
And so he had to read that every time.
So we weren't childish at all. It was great.
And then so we ended up getting second place. I was like, I want the Buffalito sign and I want my name, our team name written on the back, which has gone through like 2 moves and nobody's seen it. And it's hanging in my pantry.
That's
Buffalito sign. Anyway, so then we go. Then I don't know how we got the Buffalito sign safely anywhere. We must have went back to the hotel room, and then yes, that's what we did. Because it wasn't crazy late yet. We didn't go out yet. Like out. No, we took the Buffalito sign back.
Oh yeah, we had to. Couldn't let that get damaged. That was probably good. This is a little bit of a walk too. I mean,
yeah. Well, it's not that bad.
A couple blocks.
Just downtown. Yeah, a couple blocks. So we're drinking more in the room, and then it turned into a wrestling match, like wrestling matches.
Yeah,
like suplexes on the bed, jumping off of the armoire, which was inches from the ceiling, but like just jumping off of it, clearing it somehow. The picture behind the bed was used as a weapon. Like it fell off, and then Adam like hit me with it, and then I walked to the other side of the room, grabbed the ironing board, chucked it across the room as hard as I could. It landed on Dan. It was just caught a stray, and then it all came to a head when that happened, and then we were wrestling the whole time.
I felt like you hit him with the ironing board. That was the next day.
So yeah, the ironing board was used several times after that as a foreign object, and then this fucker picked up the actual iron like he was going to chuck it.
He's mad.
So at that point, I knew I couldn't be away. I had to close the space because I mean, you could hit me, and it's going to hurt a little. But if you throw it at me, I might die. So
it's an iron.
So someone was like, "We got to go. Let's just get out of here." And then we left. We went to the cafe. Got kicked out of there because we were just shit-faced.
This wasn't the Merkin time.
It's getting there.
Okay, sorry. Good.
We got kicked out. We got kicked out of there. Walked back to the hotel, and we had to eat somewhere. At some point we had to eat because that fucking thing smelled like absolute dog shit the next day. That room smelled awful. Just top 5 worst.
No,
It smelled like a sewage plant. It was just fucking
just farts.
Indian food. Something wrong happened. I don't know what we ate, but it was bad.
Curry and borscht.
So my only refuge, like it was bad all night long. My only refuge is I woke up at like fucking 5 a.m. and I brought my razor and I was like, man, I don't want to go back out there. I'm just gonna cut my hair. I shave my head, shave my nuts.
You're joking.
Just
a carcass. We're going. You couldn't like wash your hands without like sending off pubes.
It's just fucking, just pubes and fucking hair covered. This is, you understand? This is early. Like I couldn't breathe, so I was like, I'm going in there. I'm going to spend a lot of time in the bathroom. I'm going to do everything I can possibly do.
The room didn't smell good.
I was in the bath, so this was at like 6 a.m. This is latest at 6 a.m. I'm just in there shaving all my body hair off, just leaving it sprinkled everywhere. And for whatever reason, like I couldn't find a towel. Well, no, I did find a towel. The towel was the only towel I could find that wasn't on the ground was on the door, like the door handle. And so I picked the towel. I was like, I guess this will work. It's not as disgusting as the others. Like, because I was about to jump in the shower and rinse off after I shaved my entire body hair off. And the crustiest fucking just shit riddled skid mark, fucking disgusting boxers. Like they were white, like no, they were like light blue box. I don't know. Nobody to this day, I don't know whose they were. They were on the
Adams.
He fits the profile. There's many other stories where he's just had wiping problems.
He's the culprit.
So this crusty ass
wiping problems.
Oh, dude. The cop tells you to pinch it off, or you shit out of your own car. So I have no towel, and I'm like, and I just I fucking start like dry heaving when I see this. I mean, it's like it's as close to a fucking turd being in your pants as it can be without a turd.
Gross out by this.
It's like fucking, it's foul. Like I now somehow my safe haven of, you know, my getaway from the disgusting smell has infiltrated my bathroom. And I'm the first one in here by far, like by hours.
Oh yeah,
hours. And so this bathroom has to go through 5 other people taking showers and just wrecking that bathroom. Mind you, when you step out of the bathroom, the Kapua suite has no functioning ironing board because it's been tossed around as a wrestling weapon. The armoire top, like if anyone climbed up of it, if you needed to climb on top of the armoire for any reason, you would see that there was a fucking hole on top of it from people jumping off of it like Superfly Snuka. I mean, this hotel room was just fucking done. Like
the thing I remember was the ironing board was spent so badly. Used as like a folding chair, bent like a weapon in WWE, like a WrestleMania.
Your clothes were not going to be
V-necks
unwrinkled using that. You might be able to manufacture some kind of awesome crease.
So I remember like thinking like, and it wasn't even my name. I don't think you had done it that time. Maybe might have been again. I don't think so. I feel like I got smart.
I think it was mine because there were a couple instances in like a month and a half period
I don't know. It was bad. Maybe it was.
Well, I was like really nervous every time I went to the mailbox, like for a while, because it was. As a matter of fact, I know it was. So I know I was worried about that for a long time, like getting a bill from, like legit, like going to my mailbox and like getting a $10,000 bill.
Yeah.
And I was also worried about the Ravines golf cart, which happened about a month and a half later. Like both of those were my credit cards, and I'm like, my marriage is going to be over before it's going to have to explain all this.
We were able to like pull something off.
I don't know. I mean, they might.
But I mean, as far as that goes, so the cleaning ladies were like,
oh, they quit. They quit.
No. Well, I'm saying, but they had another room open, and I swapped out the fucking ironing boards.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Because we couldn't turn that in. You, good luck turning the car in, prick. Nope. I swapped those out, dude. So that's probably why I didn't get a bill. Because the armoire hole, I swapped out. I went in down. They were cleaning the room, and it was like, "Mi casa, su casa, hay problema." They were like off. They were literally went to one of those things where they go back to like the cart or whatever. And I was like, real quick, like, man, well, I know this thing's in this closet. I just like, and I'm like, we got to get this out. We got to swap these ironing boards out. And I put that busted ass fucking one on that rack and swapped ours out.
The painting above the bed, like at the headboard, that was off the wall. Like, you know, those things are fucking bolted on there. No, that was gone. I mean, there was so much wrong with that room. I mean, the bathroom alone. The bathroom is.
I don't know what tip we left, but it could have been enough if we even did. We probably did.
There was no tip. We went to. So we went. I know it was me, you, and I think Adam made it to breakfast, continental breakfast. No, it was Min Shin.
Andrew wasn't on the trip. Just you.
No, it was me, you, and Min Shin. We made it to breakfast, and they had biscuits and gravy. And we already were farting like bad. Like it was like continental breakfast at like downtown Embassy Suites. Like there's like families here. Like there's a line to get shit. Like
people have this junkopotamus in.
we were just dropping acid. It was just like burning nostrils, just fucking terrible. And we could tell, like, everybody knew that these dirty ass biscuits and gravy were not going to help the situation. But I felt a little better, like hungover out of our minds, and as soon as we got back to the room, like it hit me like a ton of bricks. The smell of that room. I mean, it was pungent.
It smelled like teenage boys that just did everything in a room.
They had no control of their bowels and decided to shave their nuts. What is happening? Fucking WrestleMania.
Like Adam had drawers problems. Like
I don't know if they were his. I can't say they were his, but
they weren't mine or yours.
They were mine. Like I was shocked. I was like, get a diaper.
I don't think it was like a lack of like, can you fart enough to be what was left on there, or is it? No.
Dude, but I'm not surprised. We were fucking hammered at having, like, you understand.
Like I forgot to wipe.
Listen to me. Like, you know why? Do you know why we got kicked out of Have a Nice Day Cafe?
I remember, I really liked the place. It was hard to get kicked out of.
This is shameful. Like, we like at the time, like Don Vito was a thing, like where you just smack people.
Oh God, yeah. I'm with you.
Let's just say, like, people, like a percentage of people in that bar got smacked, and the wrong people. It happened to, but it was off the rails, like functioning blackout. Just like I remember parts of it, but not all of it.
Well, I think I talked to you guys going into it because this place is a lot of fun. It's like a nice dance club, and of course my experience is a little bit different.
Yeah, we can't have nice things.
I mean, I had a blast.
I remember liquid cocaine's, like several of those hit like a ton of bricks after 80 Miller Lights in the room. Jackass.
How hot it was down there for his in August, for his 40th birthday. We stayed in a tent out in his yard. It was hot as balls.
Yeah.
Hot. And we had to be in the tent, and that thing probably smelled bad too.
Oh no, yeah.
Not like the room bad.
Yeah, you guys. I do need a new. A new bachelor party because you and Adam. Holly and Jen showed up. That was suspect. That was suspect.
I don't know what I had to do with that. Maybe I did.
What?
I don't remember. I don't think I had anything to do with that.
I don't know. People had girlfriends there. I'm like, this is just.
Yeah, but I don't. I think they were invited by. I could be wrong. I can't imagine me saying that. Let's do that. That was not in my nature at that moment. That doesn't sound like a me thing. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, you could roll back the tape somehow, or it's somewhere it could, but I can't see me saying hey, why don't you come down here and hang out, for this bachelor party? I just can't. I feel like Holly really got after Adam and begged and something. Of course, Holly and them knew obviously Johnny and Bert. I mean, they my family really well. I'm sure there was some kind of in there where they're like, hey, can we come down and join? Yeah, I don't know. I remember,
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
so
I can't. I mean, I'm sorry. For whatever, even if I had, if my girlfriend was there, it sounds like I don't recall that at all.
Yeah.
But I mean, I believe you obviously on that part, but I can't believe that I would have been like, yeah, you should come do this. I wouldn't have signed up on that.
No,
I think they might have surprised, but I think I really should ask Adam. He would have made me remember.
I remember.
He really felt bad. I can see that. I did not feel bad. They're married. I did not feel bad in my situation. You can see that. It's not,
all I know is it seemed.
I treated her car better, probably.
It seemed. Well, I mean, obviously it was coordinated, but I knew nothing of it because this is
coordinated on my end.
All I know is at one point we were driving from Indianapolis down to Kentucky. We stopped at a gas station, and miraculously, the Millennium Falcon, my other car is a Millennium Falcon, whatever. I was like, oh, that's weird. So that was a thing, in some random city in Kentucky on the way to that. But whatever. Well, they can't all be.
This trip this past summer was pretty fun.
It was a fun trip. It was just
great.
You guys,
busting. Dan, I could have Dan talk about that at nauseam. He enjoyed that trip.
Yeah, there were trips.
Yeah, the best thing was you guys were super skeptical about night golf, and that turned out to be a hit.
I still don't understand how logistically it worked because we have trouble driving in daylight.
Yeah.
And it was night and there were no headlights.
It seems like a bad idea.
It sounds terrible. But it was fun.
I mean, I
would do it again.
I was so torn up. On the way back before we had that Mexican. And that got me just this halfway level. And I was like, Adam, I think Adam was like, yeah, I don't really want to go to this golf thing. I know we're doing this golf thing.
That was a full day.
I had to wake him up. I'm like, we're doing this thing. It's literally 15 minutes from here.
That was a full day for sure.
Oh, yeah, it was a very long day. I mean, we got up early to make it up there and get to Uncle Roy's boat. We get there, I'm like, this isn't even a real thing. It's not a real. Yeah, well,
There was no explanation. It was just.
You're like, yeah, they didn't even know it was they're well, which one are you going to rent? The only one out there? I went in there to use well, you guys had them distracted because I had to piss like a racehorse. I went and use their commode, and it was like a mop sink in the bathroom. And I'm like, I ain't telling these horse whisperers that I'm in this place. I'm just going to go in there, piss, and call it a day. And old man Winters is out there cleaning the place. I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you kids. I mean, we went back and you're checking this out and that one. And then you're I remember you almost trying to talk us into it. It's seaworthiness. I'm I mean, well, I'm gonna get on it either way, but this doesn't look great.
The only thing that saved our life is we did not. I mean, we packed a lot of beer.
All of them.
But we didn't max out what we could. We didn't think we'd be there that long, and we weren't. We really weren't. We were really only there for about an hour and a half.
Per minute?
Oh, dude, we would have died if we had more because we were going to drink it regardless.
All of it. Yeah, it was all
drink everything. Drink all the waters. We drank all the beer.
Everything.
Everything. We were just.
The only reason we went back we did basically is because we got shit to do.
The fact that there were 3 waters in that cooler probably saved our life.
Yeah.
Someone didn't get a water. I got one.
I knew I felt because you guys probably relieved yourself off the boat and in the water, and I just did it off the boat.
The only reason we started going back is because we were out of beer in 15 minutes.
Good reason. We weren't out there very long.
It
took a minute to get out there where those barrels were, and then it was because we had
you never got in. You never got in the water.
No, I didn't get in the water.
It's clean water. It's actually spring fed water.
I wasn't really worried about that. I was just thinking there was no really good way to get in there because there was there was Charlotte's Web on the one side that had fucking brown reclai, and Black Widows in that part. I was I ain't getting up that ladder. And then there was the back end, and there was the motor side. I'm I'm not getting in there in case this thing flips on. I'm gonna be Petey with no legs. And then so I was well, I could get in the back end on the one area wherever he was at and get it back in there. But I'm thinking get pretty buzzed. Who's gonna pull me in if I can't get up this fucking thing, which I probably could have. But I'm just thinking
if the boat fuzz would have.
Well, then it was by the time we started to get in, it was basically we're sitting there listening to music, and I'm just gonna chill here and play the music. I mean, I would have. We've been there we stayed there half an hour. I would have.
We could have planned that out a lot better, been more prepared, but being more prepared would have meant we would have been more drunk.
I literally could not wait to get to that place to eat and relieve myself. And then even after that meal, because we didn't want to I was Dan paid for our thing, and I'm you guys who paid for this? And then Dan's oh, I did. I'm all of us? Yeah, okay. It's I think Adam paid for his, and it's I didn't pay. I'm not gonna leave because she's really nice. And then I was I don't feel like I can go to the bathroom here because I don't think we paid, so I'm not gonna hang out. And what happened? What transpired here? So I remember even when we first pulled up, I was taking a huge leak out there, literally. She's cars, just thinking that tree would block me when there's another stat nothing. There's everybody and their mother in the whole town could see what I was peeing out there, and it's and I could. It's one of those really long beer drunk hammer pee oh God, oh buddy. Oh my God. Just would not. I was I need to quit before cops come. I can't stop. Then we try and go to that CVS and something else in the gas station. The gas station have a bathroom. Then we go to the CVS.
Meth.
Adam and I. Unless because I don't think you went in there. I think it was Adam and I. I think I went by myself, and then maybe Adam and I. And that last place was a CVS. And we were back in the employee area. And there's 2 stories to this building, which I've never been to a CVS. It's upstairs. It's the break room's upstairs, so we go upstairs. I go upstairs. Oh yeah, because you can't find a bathroom. There's no bathroom on the main floor. We don't ask anybody. We're just like, there checking it out. And I'm like, I'm gonna go in this employee only room. I go back there and you go up like the staircase.
I'm gonna piss in their trash can.
It was
By
like
their desk.
and it was a maze. You go up there, and it's like all this, like all their supplies and store them, and like go around another corner, and it's like there's got to be a bathroom up here, like anywhere, nowhere. The place where you like clock in and out's right there. Nary your soul, nary your toilet. It's like, what do these people shit at? Like, I don't know. And we were like, so I'm like thinking, like, so we go around like this. It was like a museum in there. It was humongous. It was like, what do they do with all this shit? There's no bathroom. So we have to go like, there's only one way back out. You have to go like back down the stairs right by like another employee break room. Hey, like, and then you're not supposed to be back there at all. Like there's literally like pharmacists like hanging out, like, but yet I can pay attention, like make sure they're not paying attention. And that place has like cameras and whatever else. So we are definitely like just trolling around that building looking for a pisser. And I was so deflated leaving there. I was like, because I wasted like 5 minutes of energy and I had to piss the whole time. And I'm like, damn, so we go across the gash and didn't have one there. And I'm like, wherever we went, like somewhere, it's like I had to like piss somewhere. I didn't know where I pissed at. But I was like, I cannot hold it any longer. We had to go somewhere. I can't remember what it was even. I was so like buzzed from all that drinking. Did we drink at I don't know if we drank at the Mexican restaurant.
I didn't.
I don't know. We got food like hell or fast.
Yeah.
And I was like, because you guys were like starving, like we were all starving. I was like, man, we're not gonna make this fucking golf thing fast. I'm like, no, we got some time. It's like an hour and a half to get where we're at. So like we only left for like 2 hours before we had to be there. So it's like we're not giving ourselves like any leeway. Like we stop to actually eat. And then we're dinging around trying to find a bathroom. Like this is bad, like just trying to get like Adam to like want to go golf after we spent all this energy. Like, we're going, man. We're playing this night golf. It's just a lot of fun. But that night was like, did we stay up even later after that? Play cards out there at Cards Against Humanity? Is that like another really late night, or we just we had to stay up like late? I'm sure.
Whoa.
And we had to be exhausted after the golf was over. It was fucking late.
We hung out for a few minutes in the garage.
Yeah.
Kind of crashed.
Poker night was wild. That was fun. We
Yeah.
with Eric. But with Denny, it was wild. He cleaned up. He did pretty well. I did fun with Eric. It was a lot of fun anyways. I got to see 3 movies I never got to see.
That's good.
Hilarious. Had to put them in the list.
Yeah. Dude Fest 23 was all right.
Yeah. This will be like partial Dude Fest 24.
Yeah.
This is going to be exciting. So you have your meeting